UK has a vibrant and engaged Nigerian diaspora. I know, I count myself as one of them. Now, in the Igbo, Northeast England, in my constituency, have expressed concerns at serious failures of technology, security and communications in last month's presidential elections, as has the European Union. Given that the government have provided financial support to Nigerian civil society on election integrity and technical advice to the Nigerian Independent National Electoral Commission, what does the Minister think went wrong?
Well, Mr. Speaker, she's entirely right that we provided £5 million of taxpayers' money to civil society to boost citizen education and voter engagement, and the British High Commission deployed observers to polling stations across 7 states. We commend all those involved for their commitment to democracy and also, importantly, in respect to her question, to resolving disputes through the courts and through peaceful means.
As I talk to you now, both the living and the dead, the heaven and the hell, all conversations are about the Nigerian general elections. That is now being referred to as the most embarrassing in the history of this country. Even African nations that do not measure up to even quarter of our political, democratic and social institutions are embarrassed and ashamed. They cannot even say this was an election. As I talk to you, that is the UK Parliament having that conversation on plenary, because it's embarrassing. With over £5 million being invested in voter education, in engagement, in stakeholder conversations, in enlightenment, and several others, and even with technical aids to Independent National Electoral Commission that is not independent, it was a flop. What did INEC use all this money for? Yakubu, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, na Azama, he don't dupe us, he duped this country, and EFCC and ICPC should get that guy arrested. It's embarrassing. While we are having all these conversations, they said that, of course, you remember that about a couple of hours ago, the US mission in Nigeria, in a tweet that has now gone viral, has indicted a lot of Nigerians in several inciting comments and statements that they think that the Nigerian government should have taken serious. Because Nigeria is a sovereign nation and they do not have powers over a certain things, they have now decided to stretch the full arms of their own systems to dealing with such persons, including visa restrictions and ban on several of them. That is how much the world is angered. Yet, there are Nigerians who are clapping and celebrating nonsense like this. Peter Obi is already in court. He has filed his own case in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal in Abuja. As I talk to you, the case has already been instituted and very soon hearing will start. Trust Peter Obi, trust the man. He has not come this far to come and be stupid. We cannot, I did not vote for an idiot. I voted the man with sense. He's dragging. You go and look for the piece on social media and read up. It's not a time to be mentally lazy. Go and read it up. There are several issues, including the fact that Tinubu doesn't qualify to even contest for the office of president in the first place. Doesn't qualify. Because our constitution stands against fraud. Your character must be undoubted. And the Tinubu has been involved in a drug case. For any reason, if that case is substantiated, that the man was actually involved in a drug case, and then of course he had to part away with some form of plea bargain, that is the end. He should not, and that is the punishment the APC has to pay for giving their ticket to a man who do not have the character of who should be the president. I have imagined myself, I've told myself, imagining a Professor Yemi Osibanjo and Peter Obi filing for this election. We would have had two almost equal personality that we are going to vote for. Whoever you now decide to vote for will be at a certain level of intellectual understanding. But no, they want to give their ticket to a drug lord. And that matter is in court. Also, part of the instituted suit is the fact that Shetima, who is a service senator in this country, was appointed as a running mate to Peter Obi. And against our electoral act, you are not supposed to be holding an elective office. You are holding on to an elective office, and then you are not being made to run another election. Of course, technically, you will know that matter wasn't brought up anywhere. But as I talk to you, that matter is already in court. That's the intelligence of the kind of people that works with Peter Obi. Yes, they never saw that coming. They never saw that coming. There are several others, including the fact that beavers that was in the Electoral Act as amendment in 2022 that was supposed to be used for the elections, the transmission of election results, wasn't used. And electoral rights is a law, is a body of law in this country. If you don't follow it, already that nullifies the election as the case may. Go and read that. Go and read it out. Go and read that out. There are also issues of several overvoting cases with forensic analysis that the Peter Obi team carried out. Several overvoting, especially in many cases. Thank God for Wike, and God will bless you. God will bless you, Wike. God will bless you. They told you to give them 25%. Just make sure that you give APC 25%, then you go give them 90%. See, Anna, anywhere they are mentioning electoral fraud, now Wike and Rivers State be number one. Wike, even Lagos, the home state of the presidential candidates, so to speak, they allowed it. Say Moku even remove some more, allow them sing now. But Wike said Nova is dead body. See, Anna, Wike has dragged the ruling party. But I say deliberately do this Wike a bad person. Anybody that associates with Wike, Wike has dragged. Wike now wants to ensure that they disqualify and cancel this election. You see, Anna. So it be like Wike even worked for Peter Obi, so to speak. It be like say he worked for them. Because if not, what is all this? Now there are several others. Go and read that up. Go and read that up. I've taken my time to read that, and I'm impressed with Peter Obi's legal team. I'm impressed and I'm ready. All this Matana don't make Baba out here. Oh Lord. Tinubu dog bagger. He has ran to the UK. Head dig Dolan. He is in trouble. Unconfirmed report by some media houses indicate that the man was rushed out of the country to the UK a couple of hours ago. Even though his spokesperson Bayo has come out to say that he went to rest. Oh Lord. This country na fraud. He go rest. Bodillion, not fit rest there. He cannot rest. He has to go to UK to rest. So what you have elected a president that will be going to UK to rest. God forbid. God forbid. God forbid. That's the certificate of return. Tinubu must return. You must return. He has gone to rest. They say he went to rest. But of course, the report says that he's seriously ill, and they were likely going to have a president if Peter Obi and the legal team and the judiciary doesn't intervene. We're likely going to have a president who will be running us, which Aso Rock will virtually now move, of course, to the UK. And of course, remember that the UK are not so happy with what is happening. So everywhere, where you go, your home state of origin rejected you, you lost. The home state of residence rejected you, lost. The seat of power that you are going to, lost. The seat that you are going to, the place you are going to go and rest or go and take medical care has also rejected you. The other place you are seeking immunity for, so you can have diplomatic powers to enter US, is also rejecting you. The US government is here to accept that election held in this country. What else? Watch this video and share this video. This is a testament of what we have been saying. This will be the lesson for all political parties in this country. If you don't do the right thing, if your processes, your internal democracy, your internal processes are not fixed, you will put yourself and shoot yourself on the foot, just the way APC has shot themselves. I'm sure that if APC has a chance to redo the primaries, they will give it to the right person. They will re-strategize and do it right. But of course, it's late. It is late. Let's share this video and let this video go viral. Make your opinion count. Like this video, state your opinion, and let the message be passed across. I love you.
Well, the legal fireworks begin. Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has now officially challenged the result that saw Bola Tinubu of the ruling APC declared winner. It's set to be action-packed, with all the gladiators raring to go. Well, Peter Obi has already hinted at what his team of lawyers will bring to the table in his attempt to have the panel upturn the election result. Arise correspondent Godfrey Eshemoge paints a picture of the impending legal battle.
Presidential election petitions are filed 21 days after announcement of the results, with a 180-day timeline within which to dispose of the case. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), who emerged runner-up behind winner Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC, is already contesting the declared results in Nigeria's keenly contested elections of recent. But Peter Obi, who emerged third, is by far the most vocal of all four top contenders who were in the run-up for Nigeria's top job. The electoral traction which the Labour Party presidential candidate had gained in recent months was largely due to the huge activities by his popular supporters known as the Obedients. But with the case shifting to the courtrooms now is a different ball game. Key among the submissions in Peter Obi's petition is INEC's computation and declaration of results, including the announcement of Bola Tinubu as winner, which he claims did not comply with INEC guidelines, and as such affected the votes meant for the Labour Party. The Labour Party candidate is also contending that at the time of the conduct of the presidential election, Tinubu was not qualified to run due to a pending lawsuit against him, and for his running mate, Kashim Shettima, who was still a serving senator when he ran for office, he alleged that it is in clear breach of the Electoral Act, and in consequence, Peter Obi, among other prayers, is asking the tribunal to issue him a certificate of return as the duly elected Nigerian president, or in the case where it cannot do so, he is urging the panel to cancel the entire election and hold fresh polls, of which the APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be on the ballot. Godfrey Eshemoge, Arise News.